but I'll do well to manage that. All right, kindly confirm if you can hear me, please. Can anyone confirm if you can hear me? So if you can hear me, just type yes in the chats. Yes, 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 yes in the chats. All right, all right. All right, all right. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. All right, thank you everyone for the feedback. Just another check. Can we see my screen? I'm currently sharing my Excel screen. Kindly confirm if you can see my Excel screen. Kindly confirm if you can see my Excel screen. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so today we'll be looking at pivot table. In the last session, which was taken by Folorunsho, we looked at Power Query, and I believe Folorunsho did justice to that. So today we'll be looking at pivot table. So let me just ask if you have used pivot table before. If you have used pivot table before, kindly raise your hand. Kindly use the hand tool if you have used pivot table before. So very quickly, I need feedback. You know the way we do it. Yeah. So I want to believe we all know who is talking. So I am Oluwapelumi. I was the one that took the conditional formatting session. So as we as my culture, let me put it that way. So I always want the class to be interactive. So if you've used Power Query pivot table before, kindly use the hand tool. If you have used how am I saying Power Query? Pivot table, pardon me. If you have used pivot table before, if you have used pivot table, just one person. If you have used pivot table before, just one person, just use the hand tool. Just use the hand tool if you have used pivot table before. Okay, just one person. All right, so let me just, okay. Sorry, is it that we are just hearing me? If you have used pivot table before, kindly raise your hand. Kindly raise your hand. Okay, I can see some people just raising up their hand. Is it I'm not? Okay, all right. So are we just hearing me? Because it's just for
You're
what I've been.
audible. Pelumi, you're
Okay.
audible. You're audible.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Busola. Because I just noticed that people are just raising up their hand. All right. So quickly, let me just hear from us. What do we understand by pivot table? I think Olabisi has the mic already. Olabisi, you want to say something concerning pivot table?
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Private table, okay. Private table is used to summarize a very large sum of data. Like
L-
you can control it by row and column.
A very large sum, a
Sum of
large
data.
sum of data. So, are you saying I can't use pivot table for a small rule of data? Like,
You can use pivot table for small.
okay, because it's the large one I'm at you because you mentioned large sum. So
Okay.
probably I can't use it for the if I
No.
have 15 rows, I can't use pivot table to do that.
Yes, you can use it for any amount of data.
Okay, any amount of data. To
Yeah.
summarize, I think that was what you mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
So let me see Simon. Am I right? Is this okay? I think is this Simon or Simeon? Just correct me. You have the mic. I Simeon or Simon. Okay, I think it's not here. I Soyin. Can you hear me, Soyin? You have the mic.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay,
So,
so basically, pivot table is used to, just like BC said, to summarize data, whether small or big. But one thing is, it groups duplicates data that fall under the same name and it groups them as an entity, which is just one. For
It's
example,
group
if you have
them.
countries,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, go on.
For example, now if you have a sheet that has countries, maybe products this, then if there are like 10 countries, but US is repeating like 1,000 times, it will group all the whole 1,000 US as one, just like a summary to group it as one. So that's
Okay.
what your pivot table really does.
Oh, okay. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much
Like you're welcome.
for that. Okay. So sewing and Holabisi helped us out already. So basically, pivot table is used to summarize your data. We have different ways of reporting in Excel. We've looked at the formulas and function are one of them, which we've looked at. I think we took that session. So pivot table is also another way of doing reporting in Excel. Yes, if you want to do reporting, okay, check. Okay, let's say for example, in our business, we have data. We want to okay for this particular region, for this particular product, how much revenue are we generating from it? You can use pivot table to do that. So it's another way of reporting in Excel, and it is used to summarize our data. So that's just it. So let's move into what we have for today. So I told Busola to share the file we'll be using for today in the Discord channel. So if you have the file, kindly open it. So when you have it open, please type open in the chat. So I want us to follow through. I want us to follow through into this session. So let's all go to the Discord channel. She just dropped that in the Discord channel. So please let's open it. And if you have it open, kindly type open in the chat. Open in the chat. Open in the chat. So I need more responses. I can see some people are dropping it already. Some people have it open already. So I want this class to be very interactive. So please, so because when I ask your question, we can drop it. Okay, you understand. I think it's fine that way. All right. Okay, I can see that majority have it open already. So I also have my own open. Okay, so let's just move on quickly. So I just want us to take 1 or 2 minutes to study this data set. Let's study this data set and whatever reports you want to make out of it, just type it in the chat. So we'll be doing that together. Whatever reports you want to make out of it, just type it in the chat. Just look through the data. Okay, you can see we have, let me check how many rows, how many column we have. We have 12, if I'm right. We have 12. Yes, 12 columns. So where we have the order number, the date, the product status, product line, down to the revenue. So just look into this data. What reports do you want to see? Just what report do you want to see? So please let's drop it in the chats. I will not be the one to tell us, okay, let's do this report or anything. I hope we understand my question. So let's look through the data and drop the reports we want to see. So I'll be waiting for the reports we want to see. Please let's do where to do that. Okay, revenue by country and year. Okay, so let's keep it coming. Someone already dropped one. Total revenue by city. All right, let's keep it coming. Okay, how much revenue the product line is generating? Okay, we can make reports on the countries with the revenue they generate and quantity of goods sold, product status against quantity. Okay, I think we have more than enough already. So let's just get started with work. So I think the first person suggested revenue by country and year. So I wouldn't want us to have um, three variables. Let's just start with two. So we'll start with revenue by country. Revenue by country. So everybody will be doing revenue by country. So for you to get pivot table, just click anywhere in your data. Just click anywhere in your data. Go to the insert tab. Go to the insert tab. Go to the insert tab. You will see pivot table. You will see pivot table. You will see pivot table. If you can see that, kindly type yes in the chat. Type yes, yes, yes in the chat if you can see that. So click insert and click on pivot table. So when you click on pivot table, it will ask you, okay, it will bring up the table name. So I already named this our table to be Datakliq. I already named it to be Datakliq. So it's asking you choose where you want the pivot table to be replaced. Let me just see if people are following. Okay, I think people are following. So just pardon me, I'm using a screen. So choose where you want the pivot table to be placed, new worksheet or existing worksheet. New worksheet or existing worksheet. So which one will I pick? Anybody want to help me in the chat? New or existing worksheet? New or existing worksheet? Okay, someone said new. Any other person? New. Okay. So you just want why do I need to put it in a new worksheet? Anybody want to help me? If you want to help me with that, just raise your hand. Why do I need to put it in a new worksheet? Anybody? Okay, I think I have Sadiq first. Let me unmute Sadiq. I Sadiq. Existing if data is less to avoid overlapping. Okay, so this said to avoid overlapping. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Simeon and Sadiq, so as to not cluster in the reports. Okay, we all tried. We all tried. But yeah, for you to if you want to automate your report or do anything in Excel, so we have three main sheets to use. You have your data sheet, you have your report sheet, and you have your control sheet. So we are currently on our data sheet. We are currently on our data worksheet. So for you to make your report, we want to do report because we want to use pivot table to make report. You should be in a new worksheet. So irrespective of if your data is small, if your data is large, your report should be in a new worksheet. So everybody, new worksheet is always check automatically for you. So what you just need to do is press OK, press OK, press OK. So if we are on the same page, kindly type yes, yes in the chat. If we are on the same page, kindly type yes, yes, yes in the chat. If we are on the same page, yes, yes, yes in the chat very quickly. Very quickly. All right. Okay. So let me just move on. So if you look at towards my right hand side over here, you'll see we have pivots feeds and we have all this order number. We have order number, dates, and the likes. Who can tell me where this is coming from? What I just highlighted. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? The order number, the date, product status, where is it coming from? Anybody want to help me with that? Table headings, data titles. All right. So it's coming from the data set. That's the name of each of the column you have in your data set. That's what you have under the pivot table feeds. So if you look at the other side, I know some majority of us may not have, or let me say majority of us will not have this my own style where I have all the column feed at the left hand side and the other one at the other side. So let me just bring the one we will have. I know majority of us as the have this. Am I right? Yes, 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 yes. What I'm currently showing at this side, I know that's what majority of us have. This one. So I know, is this the same thing with our view? Just to confirm, is this the same thing with our view? Okay, I just changed it now. So Sadiq, what view do you have? What view did you have? Because I just changed it to the normal default view. I just changed to the normal default view. Okay, you have what I have earlier. Okay, because you've used pivot table before. I think I guess so. So, but if this is your first time using pivot table, this is what you will have. So I don't really like this because it is not always easy for me dragging. I need to be scrolling down and the likes. So I will always prefer the feed session and areas session side by side. So the field session and the area session side by side. So this is the field session, why this is the area session. So if you want to change it's fine. If you don't want, it's all the same. So let me just explain the areas very quickly for us. We call it areas, we call it buckets. So in pivot table we have four buckets. So which are the filter, the rows, the columns, and the values. So I will just start with the values. So what are the things we need to put in the values? So what goes into the values buckets are the columns that you can perform calculations on. The columns that you can perform calculations on, that is what go into the values bucket. So everybody, let's look into the data. What are the columns that you think will go into the value bucket? Into the values bucket. What are the columns you think will go into the values bucket? So I said the values bucket are what comes into it. That's the columns that comes into it are the ones you can perform calculations on. Okay, I can see revenue. Thank you, Claret. Okay, Aboya, they said price, quantity, revenue. Okay, all right, we are following. Thank you for that. So that's the first thing we need to know. Columns that you can perform calculations go into the values bucket. So for your row and column, depending on what you want to view, most times they are the category. Okay, you want to, let's say for example, I want to see your region or country by revenue. So you can put your because revenue is going to the values bucket. So what you are looking at it, that's your other variable, that's the categorical variable. You can put it either row or column depending on the view you want. So we may not understand it clearly now, but when we start building our report, we'll get it very well. So and the filters bucket is just okay, you want to drill down your data, but we have an advanced thing we can use. We don't really use the filter buckets, yeah, per se again. So we have slicer. So slicer will help us to do it more appropriately than the filter bucket. So we'll use, if time permits us, we'll look at slicer also. So the first report we want to look at is revenue by country. If I'm right, I think that was the first thing someone suggested. So everybody just go to where you have your pivot table fields, click on country and click on your revenue. Click on country and click on revenue. Click on country and click on revenue. So if you have done the same thing, kindly type done in the chat. Kindly type done in the chat. So we want to look at revenue, that's country by revenue or revenue by country. So I click on revenue and I click on country. So if you have the same thing I have on my screen, kindly type done in the chat. All right, thank you for the feedback. So as you can see, for Australia, this is the total revenue for it. For Austria, we have their revenue. For Belgium, we have their revenue. So you can see down to USA. So we have their revenue. But this is not actually looking readable because I told us in there when we were looking at conditional formatting is for you to make it readable to your audience because you will not be the one to consume it. So who can tell me how I can make it readable? Anybody? How can I make those numbers readable? Because I find it difficult. Is it okay? This I think I can still read the Australia one 630,623.1 thereabouts. So, but I will not be looking at or counting. Oh, 33. Okay, what's this? How do I make it readable? Put commas, format it by formatting. Okay, so how do I go about doing the formatting? I think I told us in the last year in conditional formatting session. Am I right? to make it readable. Yeah, I think I told us some other. We did some trick towards it. So we did some trick towards it. Okay. Who can tell me the shortcut? I told us the shortcut the last time. So how will I go about it? How will I go about it? You people should not tell me slow down a bit. I am fast. Okay. So Adewumi Adeleye, I will give you kindly raise your hand. Kindly raise your hand, please. Adewumi Adeleye. I just want to hear where you are currently. You said I'm a bit fast. You said I'm a bit fast. Okay. So I'll allow your mic now. Hi Adewumi, can you hear me? Hi Adewumi, can you hear me? I can see you are talking, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hi Busola, can you hear Adewumi?
No, I can't hear her. Maybe our network is the issue.
Okay, so you can. I just want to justify me being fast because I slow down very well. I slow down very well. So that's why I just want to check. I think you're having network issue. That's why you said I'm a bit fast. But just to confirm, but just I can hear. Yes, I can. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you from our end. So just to confirm, am I fast? Everyone, yes, no in the chat. Am I fast with the way I'm taking the session? Am I fast? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, I can see majority said I am not fast. So sorry about that, Adeomi. You may want to log out and log in because I can see that you are talking, but I can't hear you. All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much, everyone, for that. So I can see some people gave me okay, control one. Yeah, brilliant. I can see that we still remembered what we talked about in the last session. So I just click on control one. So when I click on control one, okay, let me just bring up someone. If you want to guide me, if you want to guide me, raise your hand. Let me bring up someone. If someone, anybody, if you want to guide me on how to go about that. I know we talked about it in the last session I took. Yeah, that was conditional formatting. But I want someone to help me out. Just raise your hand. Just raise your hand if you want to help me out with that. Just to guide me. Anybody, we have a little lot to do. Anybody want to help me with that? You people should not slime me. Oh. You drop it in the chat. So you people now you don't want to raise your hand. You people just said control one. I should just go and find my bearing. Is that so? Is that what we are saying? Because I can't see any hand up. Oh. Ah, hey. So this
I
is
have
how
Okay.
life
already.
is. Okay. I think I find
Okay.
someone. Thank you, Soyin.
Good
All right.
afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
So
Just
the
direct me.
the
What will I
shortcut
do?
you want to do, if you press Control One, you should
Okay.
open the dialog box.
Can you see the
So
dialog
we're
box?
looking at, yes, I can see the
Okay.
dialog box because the
Okay.
revenue should be in currency. So we'll
Okay.
definitely choose the currency format. Then,
Okay.
if we're using naira, we'll choose naira from the symbol. Or if we're using dollars, or we are going with dollars, we just click on OK,
What do you
and
want
then
us to use? You are the one directing us now. You are the boss
oh,
now. Even if you tell us to use Canadian dollars, we'll go with you. Which one should
no,
we
no, no,
use?
let's just go with dollars because
Ha!
not all,
Why do you want us to go with dollars? Why
because
not
dollar is
naira?
on. So let all of us enjoy the dollar rise. Just
Eh, I know Sonny, you are in Nigeria now.
uh,
Yes or no?
no problem. Okay, okay, okay. Because I'm also looking at some people, they are Excel, they're using the old versions, they might not be able to get that
Alright,
naira. But if you
yeah,
want us to pick the
it's fine.
naira, so you can just click the symbol and scroll down till you see the
Fine.
naira. We have the
Uh,
Fula, we
let's
have the Igbo, Yoruba, and the likes.
let's just use the dollar. Everybody wants dollar.
Yes, let's
Let's
just use
just use
dollar.
the
Everybody
dollar.
has dollar. Yes.
Okay. So what's the
All
next
right.
thing I will do here?
You just
So
click
the
OK.
dollar. I will just click OK.
Yeah, now so we made a mistake because we did not highlight it from the first Australia to like the last country there. So it's only
Okay.
reflecting on the correct Austria. So we need to highlight it from Australia all the way down to the last
Okay.
country there,
Okay, that just
which is
that's just
USA.
what I want to clarify. So the first thing is we
Okay.
highlight control one. You go to your currency, and so you pick your dollar and you click on OK. So everybody, let's do that. So if you have the same thing I have, kindly type done in the chat. Thank you very much, Soyin, for that. I really appreciate. Done, 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 done. So if you're on the same page, if you've converted the revenue to your dollar, done, 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 please. Let's type done. Let's type done. Okay, I think Famuyide said he has a question. Okay, let me just have you speak now. Hi, Famuyide, go on with your question, please. You have the mic, Famuyide.
Good afternoon.
Good
Please, when I
afternoon.
try to select my country and revenue,
Okay,
on your sheet one, it's giving you the list of the countries. Mine is giving me the sum total of everything. So it gave me like sum of the country, then sum of the revenue, instead of giving me the list like you have your own.
that's strange. All right. You may want to share can you share your screen, Famuyide, so I
Okay.
can look at it? So let me just stop sharing while you share. So for those that just keep typing done if you if you're on the same page. Yeah, you've converted your revenue to the currency format. So please let's type done in the chat as we expect family day screen. So you
I
can share
cannot
yours.
share yet.
You can't share. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me just allow you do that. Make you a presenter. I will just do that very quickly. Make a presenter. So you should be able to share now. Do you have the sharing option now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's just see your screen very quickly.
This is it. So
Okay,
when I click revenue, it's giving me the total sum instead of the list.
okay. Please, can you go back to your data sheet? Let me see something. That's the data click, please.
Yes, yes, this
Okay.
is it.
Highlight the country column.
Okay.
Highlight it, I want to
Is
see
that
something. No, highlight the country. Just click on it.
oh just the
Country. Okay.
okay
So go back to the sheet one. Go back to the sheet one. Go back to the sheet one. Sheet one.
yes, it's on sheet one.
Yeah. So okay, I just want to confirm the data type, but so uncheck your country and your revenue. Uncheck your country and your revenue. Uncheck your country and your revenue. What version of Excel are you
Yes.
using?
I don't know. I might check, but I don't know.
You don't know. I think I took us through on how to check that when I took the last session. You were not in the last session I took. Additional
I never
formatting.
checked.
You never checked. Okay.
Yes.
So let's do that now. Go to your file tab. So when I ask you the other time, so you don't tell me you don't know. Go to your file tab. I can't even see your file tab. I'm only seeing your home tab.
It is on the file type.
Okay, I can't see it from my hand. I don't know if anyone can see a file tab.
Yes, I have it.
I can't see it. Probably because you are not sharing your full screen. Okay, can someone see that pivot table feed is where
No,
the
I can't
problem is?
see it. I can't see it either. I can't see it
I
either.
can't see
Okay.
it. I can't see
I
it
guess
from
I'm the only
my.
one that can see it.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Just go
go
to
to your
go
file tab.
just go to your file and go to accounts. So you will see the version of Excel you are using.
File account. I can't see accounts.
So you can see I can't see the screen. So you may want to check the recording of the conditional formatting. I can't see your file tab. If I can see your file tab now, I'll be able to help you with that. But let's just move on with what we have today. So click on your country first. Click on your country. Click on your country.
Is
I
it from
think
the
it's
sheet one?
no, no, no,
Mm.
no. In your pivot fields,
Okay.
click on country. I don't know why it's going to your values. Okay, but just drag it to rows. Drag it to rows. Go to your value bucket. Go to your value bucket. You have it in your value bucket.
Okay.
Your value buckets. You
Okay.
have count of country. Drag it to row. Drag it. Can you drag it to row?
Yes.
Okay. So you may want to click on your revenue. I think you are fine now. I think it's the version
Okay.
of Excel you are using. All right. I think you are fine.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So make me want to stop sharing. I can see that most. I think I have many bosses in the chat. They're already telling me the answer. VAR country is in the values bucket. All right. Interesting. 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 Okay. Interesting. All right. Thank you very much for that. I really love that for helping out on that. So let me just share my screen. So please let's confirm if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen. So we have. Let me just give this revenue by country. Revenue by country. So just to confirm, yes, yes, if you can see my screen. All right. So let's move on very fast. So we have the country and we have the revenue. So if you see here, I'm having something like row labels and sum of revenue. It's not speaking well of the column name. So everybody, let's change this to country. Let's change it to country. So and change just this to revenue. Change it to revenue. So it's telling me pivot field name already exists. It's telling me pivot field's name already exists. So the reason why it is telling me that this is pivot table will not allow you to use the same name you have in your column. That's the name of the column as also the name you will always use for your reporting. So there's a trick you can do for that. So what you can do is when you are done with the revenue, just click on space. So it's give it space in front and it differentiates it with the normal name of the revenue you have in your column. So we have that. We have that. So let's just move quickly to the second report. Let me check the second report someone suggested. We are done with the revenue by country. Revenue by country. Okay, so I want to check the orders. I didn't take note of that. Okay, I think someone suggested total revenue by city. Total revenue by city. Okay, so everybody, let's go on and do total revenue by city. Total revenue by city, and when you are done, kindly type done in the chat. Kindly type done in the chat. This is not strange to us. This is not strange to us. So let's type total revenue by city. Total revenue. Let's do a report of total revenue by city. And when you are done, type done in the chat. Type done in the chat. Kirabo, are you just joining? Why are you lost? Can you raise your hand so I can give you mic? And Tochuku, do you have a question for raising up your hand? Kirabo, you may want to raise your hand so I can give you mic so I can know where I can find you. So I can know where I can find you. Okay, some people are already done already. Kirabo, you may want to raise your hand so I can before I move on. So I can know where you are lost. So I can find you. Okay, Tochuku have a question. So I will just unmute you now. Hi Tochuku, you have the mic. Hi Tochuku, what's your question? Please, let's use the technology. Time is not on our side. Okay, Kirabo, you may want to go on. You have the mic also. Kindly unmute and talk. Hi, Kirabo. All right, so please let's just move on. I don't seem to hear them. I don't seem to hear both of them. Okay, so done. Why is mic not working? You have the mic already, Kirabo. You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. So Tochuku, you have the mic now.
Hello, Pelumi. I want to make a suggestion. Maybe they should type out their question in the chat box.
Yeah, it's fine, but some will not be able to express themselves. So if you can type your question in the chat, fine. If because both of you have the mic and you are not, you can't unmute. I don't know. Just click on unmute on your mic and you speak. Both of you have the mic. Tochuku and Kirabo, you have the mic, but you are not unmuting your mic. But it's fine. We just need to move on. So I think majority have done. We've done the total
Hello?
revenue.
Can you hear
Hi.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just having the mic now. I've been talking since, but
It's fine.
I couldn't
It's
unmute
fine.
from my end.
Just go on.
Okay. I just wanted to after we did the added the currency sign, that like the dollar sign. So I
Okay.
wanted to ask if we are to further create a chart from this pivot table,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't it be better if we also remove the decimal places?
It is your choice the way you want it. So you are the
Okay.
one in control of your thing. I taught us formatting in the last when the last session I took. So if you want to convert it to
Okay.
probably you want to make it thousand, you want to make it million, you know how to go about the formatting, right?
Okay.
So to make it readable, because when you put all those numbers on the chart, if I put all those numbers on the chart, it will be very clumsy. So you may want to, okay, let me just put it, okay, in millions, in billions. Yes, you can do the formatting from your formatting hand. I hope that is clear to Juku.
Yeah, it's very clear. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much. So Kirabo said, I had issues getting to class probably because of network, and now I don't know how to go about how far we have gone. I'm confused. That's why I need to unmute so to know where you are, so I can take you through where from where we started and where we are now. But you are not unmuting your mic, and there's no how I can do about that. Go about that. So I said we should look at total revenue by city. Total revenue by city. Okay, someone said, please, when did I did the formatting? I couldn't see the dollar symbol, rather it is in USD. And USD is also the same thing with dollar. So or you check the drop down. If you have dollar sign there, you can do that. You can't unmute. I don't know why you cannot unmute. So let me just give you the mic again, and we'll do the last for the last time. So I'll just do that for the last time. So you have the mic now, Kirabo. Can you unmute and talk? So when you can unmute, you can let me know. So everybody, I told us to do total that's revenue by the city. So I will just do that very quickly. I don't know how we went going about that. Okay, let me just tell someone to help me with that very quickly. So someone to take me through how you did that. Yes, how you did total revenue by city. Anybody want to help me with that? Anybody want to help me with that? I think it's your network, Kirabo, because your mic is on. Your mic is on. What I can see over here. Your mic is on. What I can see over here. So yeah, I can't even find you here again. So Murphy, I think Murphy want to help me out. So Murphy, you can just unmute and take me through how you did that.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
With the question. So first of all, we just unclick the country from
Unclick the
the
country.
yes.
I want to have my revenue by country because I want to do different reports. So I want to have everything on the same sheet. So if I
Okay.
untick if I untick this country now, I will lose the my reports of revenue by country, which I don't want to lose.
All right, just click on the city alongside, so it will bring it out.
I want it in a separate thing. I don't want it to join with this.
Okay, okay, let's create another sheet then. Do you want
So
it that way?
how do I go about that?
There's a plus sign below the aside close to the data click. So just click on the plus button. Yes, that one.
Okay,
New sheet.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so let's go to the pivot table.
Pivot table. Okay. Insert, right?
Yes, insert.
Okay. So what do I do next?
Ah,
You are confused.
I'm confused.
Murphy is confused. Oh, who can help Murphy to get clarification? Oh. All right. Thank you very much, Murphy. At least
All right,
for
thank
even
you.
yeah. So let me just I Emeka. Thank you very much, Murphy. You tried. Yeah. Hi
Hello, Belumi.
Emeka. Yeah.
Can you
Good
hear me?
afternoon. Yeah, very
Good
clearly.
afternoon.
Yeah. So you can
Okay.
help us out. Help me, myself, and Murphy. We need help.
Well, so we want it in the same sheet, right?
Yes, I want it on the same sheet.
Okay. What we can do, we can just highlight the whole the whole table we did before, the country
Okay.
by revenue, and
Okay.
copy it.
Okay. So I do this, and I do this. I copy. Control C.
Yeah.
What do I do
Copy and
next?
put it in another cell. Like give a
Put it on
space and
another
put it in
cell.
another cell and paste it.
You mean like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Since we want it in the same sheet, and just
So
since
what
we
do
have
I do
another
next?
pivot table, remove the country and impute this cell. Impute the city, sorry.
I put the city. Please, everybody, let's jam our hands for Emeka. Let's use the clap and clap for Emeka. It's interesting. Thank you, Emeka. That was a
Thank you.
brilliant one. So I want us to know something that pivot table cannot overlap another pivot table. Pivot table cannot overlap another pivot table. I want us to get that very clearly. So because if you come to this place and you say you want to insert, because you can't even click on it, insert pivot table. So there's actually a long route to it. Emeka just taught us the simplest route to do that. So another way you can do it, you come back to your main data sheet. Your main data sheet. You click on anywhere, you click on pivot table. When you click on pivot table, it will ask you new worksheet or existing worksheet. You don't pick new worksheets. You don't want to have your report in new worksheets. You don't want to have them in different worksheets. So you use the existing worksheet you have been using. You click on existing and it is asking you for the location. It's asking you for the location. So you just click on the sheet one and you click on the cell you want to put it. Let's say, for example, I want to put it in this cell and you click OK. So it will allow you to pick whatever field you want to put in. But that is a long route. That is a long route. So what Emeka taught us, just whenever you've created one, just copy that one, paste it in another cell, and remove all the fields and put in the fields you want to put in. Is that clear, everyone? If that is clear, kindly type clear in the chats. Clear in the chats. Clear in the chat. Okay, some people are already giving me answers in the chat. I know I have gurus in the class. Clear in the chat. Clear in the chat. Okay, I can see Michael said no. So if you are not clear, you can type no in the chat so I know. I think it's only Michael that has no. Clear in the chat. Okay, I think majority is clear. So I will just take it through again. I will just take that through again very quickly. So let me just take it through again. Let me uncheck this city and revenue. So I have this. Let's see if okay, I'm coming. So I want to get I want to get revenue by city. I have revenue by country. So I want to create another report because this is not the only report I want to create. I want to create another report by revenue by city. So what you just need to do, since you have a report already, just highlight this, copy it, and come to another cell, separate it from the other one, and press Ctrl V. So when you press Ctrl V, you have the same report, but I don't want country by revenue. I want city by revenue. So you uncheck your country. When you uncheck your country, what you just need to do next is to click on your city. So you locate where your city is and you click on city and you have it. So you rename this city. So, and let me give it header revenue by city. Revenue by city. Is that clear now? Deborah and Kirabo. Deborah Kirabo, and I think someone said no again. I think that should be Michael. I hope that is clear now. All right, all right. Thank you very much. So, as everybody, as you can see now, I have a whole lot of city. I have a whole lot of city. I can't even. I think they are much. Let me just check the total number of cities we have. I think we have 73 minus the grand total. 73 minus the grand total. So, but is these are too much for me. I just want to see top 5 cities that are performing in respect to revenue. Can we just try our hand on that? I want to see the top 5. I don't want to see the whole city. Yes, I don't want to know how where they are faring. I just want to see the top 5 performing city. Top 5 performing city. How do we go about that? Anybody want to help me with that? Anyone want to guide me with that? Yeah, anyone want to help me? If you want to help me, you can raise your hand. How do I reduce that to top 5? Right click on the revenue. Okay, Tony is helping me with that. Tony, can you raise your hand so I can unmute you so you can help me with that? Okay, let me just unmute Tony very quickly so Tony can help me, guide me very quickly on that. Okay, Tony, you have the mic, so you can just guide me quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, right
Okay,
click.
you right click on the
Okay, I've done that.
and you click on show value. No,
So
no,
value
sorry, sort.
sorts. Okay,
Then I think more sort option
more sort option. Okay,
from the largest to the smallest.
from the largest to the smallest. Mm. But I still have all my cities. I just want to see the top 5. Because if I want to visualize this now, this will give me all the cities in the chart. But I don't want that. I want to see the top 5. Do you get that, Tony?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I right click.
Okay, right click.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to remember.
Okay, all right, it's fine. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Tony. So let me just do that very quickly. Let me just Ctrl Z. Thank you yeah, for even standing up to raising your hand to help me out with that. So let me just do that very quickly because of our time. I don't want to make us stay here all through. So what you just do is come to your city. Where you have your city, you will see a drop down. So everybody, let's click on the drop down. So when you click on the drop down, you will see value filters, value filters, value filters. So you will see top 10. You can see equals, not equals to, down to top 10. That's what I'm interested in, top 10. So let's click on top 10. Let's click on top 10. Top 10. So I want 5, top 5. So you can change that to 5. So it's now asking you by what. So I want to see the top 5 city by revenue. So I click on OK. I click on OK. Is that clear? Everybody, is that clear? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Is that clear? Yes, very clear, very clear. So that's how you can do that. That's how you can check that. That's how you can check that. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. So very quickly, someone to just help me out on a different pivot table, like on a different report. Just help me with the bottom 5 city by revenue, the bottom 5 city by revenue, the bottom 5 city by revenue. And if you are done, kindly type done in the chat. type done in the chat. If you are done, type done in the chat. If you are done, type done in the chat. If you are done, type done in the chat. Bottom 5 city by revenue. Bottom 5 city by revenue. Bottom 5 city by revenue. So very quickly, if you are done, type done in the chat. Okay, thank you very much. So let me just do that. I think majority got it right. So let me just do this. Let me rename this. That's top 5 city by revenue. So all right, so I need top bottom 5 city. I copy this, I paste. So I want bottom 5. So I come to my value filters. For those that did not get the first one, so please let's check that. Let's look at that very quickly now. So value filter. So you come to your city. You click on the drop down in your city. You see value filters. You come to top 10. You click on top 10. So I'm not interested in top. So you can see drop down beside the top. So definitely there's something again we have there. So you have the bottom. So you have the bottom. You have the bottom. So you click on bottom. So I want to check bottom 5 by revenue. So when you're done with that, you click on OK. You click on OK. So you can see from Brisbane down to Munich are our bottom 5 city. Bottom 5 city by revenue. So if we are on the same page, kindly type yes, 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 yes. If we are on the same page, if you're on the same page, type yes, 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 yes. Kindly type yes, kindly type yes. All right, all right, all right, all right. So pardon me, we may not be able to go on break for today, but we should be able to finish before 4. Yes, before 4. I want us to finish before 4. I want us to finish before 4. All right, so I will be very bit fast. Yeah, we've gotten the fundamentals. We've gotten the fundamentals. No, even the fast I talked about will not be a bit fast. But yeah, so we've been looking at revenue by country, revenue by top 5 city by revenue. But can anyone tell me what you notice in the revenue aspect? How is it giving you the revenue? Okay, let me just go straight forward. It is summing everything for us, like giving us the summation. But in the pivot table, you can do other or other aggregation. You can do other aggregation. It's not only sum. You can check the average. You can check the count. So how can we go about that? So let's say, for example, I want to check this top 5 city by my average revenue. I want to check the average revenue, not the whole sum of it. Not the whole sum of it. What you just need to do is just right click. When you right click, you see shows summarize values by, rather summarize values by. So you can summarize it by sum, by count, by average, by max, by mean. So I'm interested in average. You may want to explore the rest. I'm interested in average. So when I click on average, so you can see it will change the number for me. So it will give me the average. To give me the average. To give me the average. Do we get that? Yes, 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 yes. Or should I come over it again? If you're not clear, just type no. Yes, 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 no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. All right, all right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So thank you for that. All right. So we want to create our chart. We want to create our chart. We want to create our chart. So I want to see this top 5 cities by revenue. I want to see this top 5 city by revenue, bottom 5 city by revenue on my chart. So how do I go about that? So we just have the shortcut for your chart. So everybody, let's click on the top 5 city by the average revenue and press Alt F1 on our keyboard. 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 So if you have the charts, kindly type yes. Click on the top 5 city by their average revenue and click on Alt F1. And if you are using entertainment laptop, that your F1 may be giving you probably you'll be huffing your audio. So you may want to click on Fn, Alt and F1. So Alt Fn F1 at the same time. Alt Fn F1 at the same time. Alt Fn F1. So if you have your chat, kindly type yes in the chat. If you have your chat, kindly type yes, no, yes, no. Please, let's respond. Let's respond. Type yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Very quickly. Yes, no, yes, no. If you have your chat, yes, 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 yes. I'm actually getting feedback, so I know. All right, so we have, I think majority have the chat now. So we can see the default chat that pivot table or like pivot chart will give you is the column chart. This is called a column chart. This is called a column chart, but you can always change your chart. You can always change your chart. So let's come to the the design the design tab. So you when you see change chart type, when you click on it, you can see different chart type. You have the column, you have the line, you have the pie, you have the bar, you have the map and the likes. So everybody, I just want us to listen very quickly. I want to give us some reason why we use some charts. Please listen very well, listen very well, listen very well. Yeah, even if there will be quiz at the end of the today's session, we also need to understand, because you don't just use any chart anyhow. So for column chart, for you to use a column chart, yeah, in the scenario where you have your categorical variables, your variables that you want to look at, or the items you want to look at are not more than 10, you can make use of it. So your column and your bar charts can, let me say, they do the same thing. Both do the same thing. But the difference is, for column charts, for the column charts, it cannot take more items, because when you have more items on it, it becomes clumsy. It becomes clumsy. So but you can use the bar chart. For probably you have more than 10, you can use it. So that's that for bar and column chart. So for the line charts, so you make use of line charts when you are looking into your trend analysis. You want to look how we have been behaving, or how our business have been, yeah, good or bad throughout probably years or months. So if you are looking at, okay, probably um your month by revenue, you will use the line chart to do that, because that's a trend analysis looking at time. So when something is speaking to time, you use your line chart. So what other charts do we have there? So for map, probably you want to look at location depending on what you want. So and pie chart, yeah. Pie chart per se, it is not a recommended chart, but we can also use it. It is called a part to whole. So let's say, for example, you just want to check the items should not at most three three. So it's not it so it does not depict what you want to pass across. So probably you want to check for gender, for male or female, you may want to look at, yeah, you want to use pie chart. But if your items are more than three, it make it very clumsy. So for this, let's use a bar chart. Let's click OK. So let's click OK. Let's click OK. Let's click OK. Are we on the same page? Yes, 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 very quickly. Are we on the same page? Everybody, are we on the same page? Please, let's respond. We are 103 on the call. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So I want to beautify this chart. Yeah, because you need to make it readable also. You need to make your chart readable. So for someone seeing this is not appropriate. This is not neat enough. So the first thing I want us to look at is all these buttons here. They are not useful. They are not useful. Okay, let me just ask us. Okay, so what do you think I can change in this chart? What do you think I can change in this chart? Let's put in the chat. Let's put in the chat box. What you think I can change in this chart? What do you think I can change? So I'll just go with what you tell me. Let's put it in the chat. What do you think I can change? Color. Okay. Any other person? Color is not really what, yeah, we should worry about. Chart title. Okay, but we can also change color also. Chart title. Okay. Legend. Okay. Okay. Let's keep it coming. Legend. Any other thing? Axis content labels. Okay. Change it to vertical form. I don't understand, Michael, changing it to vertical form because it was in vertical form and I changed it to bar. Invert the charts, font size, text, the average values are clustered. Okay, 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 all right. Brilliant. So the first thing we say, we should give it a title. So this is the top 5 city, I think cities, yeah, 4 5 city by average revenue. Average revenue. I think this solve it. So by average revenue, we want to shift it up. So these buttons, I don't need them. The average revenue, cities, they are nothing on my chart. So right click on it. When you right click on it, you will see different options. But the options I'm interested in, hide all field buttons on chart. Hide all field buttons on chart. Hide all field buttons on chart. So everybody, let's click on that. I'm a bit fast, so sorry about that. Yeah, so sorry about that because I'm running low on my system. I'm currently on 38% and I believe we can all see it. So I just want to round off the class very quickly, but we can always access the recording, and if there's any question, I will be willing to help out in the Discord channel. So sorry about that. Okay, please can you repeat how you converted the data into chart in the first place? That is your Alt F1. Just click on your pivot table. Click on the pivot table you want to convert to chart and click on Alt F1. Alt F1. So it will give you a chart. To give you a chart. So I continue with this. So the legend, there's no need of the legends. You can delete the legend. I don't need the legend. Delete the legend. Let's delete the legend. So we can see grid lines under it. They are not useful. Click on it. You may want to delete that. You may want to delete that. So, and all these values, they are being clustered. I don't even need them. I don't need them. But before I delete them, let's do something. Click on this plus sign here, the chart element. Click on this plus sign here. Click on this plus sign here and click on data labels. Data labels. Data labels. Data labels. So it will give you the amounts, yeah, the average revenue in front of it. So when you have that, you don't need this. You don't need this. So I delete this. So our chart is looking good. Our chart is looking good. Sorry, please, if we are on the same page, kindly type yes. Type yes. Type yes. Type yes. If we are on the same page, kindly type yes. If you're on the same page, I know I'm a bit fast, but I know some people would always follow me. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for that, for following, even while I am fast. So, but this is still, there's one thing I want us to look at, is still not looking good because you can see for New Haven, New Haven, I'm at the, I think it is the highest average revenue I have, but it is in the second, will I say second line. So it should be arranged according to, okay, from the, I want to see the top five. So let me see the highest down to the second highest, down to the third highest, and the likes. So you can do it two ways. You can do it two ways. So you can format data series. So let me go to, okay, let me just show us the first one. Let me show us the first one. So you can do it directly from the pivot table. You can sort from the pivot table. So when you sort when I sort from largest to smallest, when I sort from largest to smallest on my pivot table, it will do it like this for me, largest to smallest. So it will take the largest down, but this is not what I want. This is not what I want. Sorry, this is not what I want. So you may want to change it to largest, smallest to largest, smallest to largest, smallest to largest, smallest to largest. So if you have done that, kindly type yes in the chat. If you have done that, kindly type yes in the chat. Okay. I'm trying to look at something the other way around. I'm trying to look at the other way around for us. So I'm trying to look at where the option is, but the option is not coming up. Yeah, but you can also do it this way. So probably in the next class, if I get out of the other way around, so there's a way you can reverse it. You can reverse the order so it will align it for you. So is our chart looking good now? Is our chart looking good now? Is our chart okay? What do you want me to do again? Is it the alignment? Okay, let me just take that again. Let me just take that again. Let me do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So I think this is what I have before. Okay, Control Z again, Control Z, Control Z. This is what I have before. So I said I want to have it. I knew I want to be first. The second highest should be second. The third highest should be second to be third. So I said you can either do it in two ways. So you change it directly from the pivot table. So what you just do, you just go and sort, sort from your smallest to the highest. So it will bring the largest up and it will bring the smallest down. So when I click sort from smallest to the largest, so I have it here, so I have it here. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear now. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So all right, so your chart, you want to put it on another sheet. You want to put another sheet. So let me click on another sheet and I cut this, that's Control X, and I come to this sheet and I Control V. So we may not be building dashboard. We may look at that in the next session. So, but we'll be having an assignment. So I just want to show us something very quickly. I don't know if it was mentioned in your data. You should not have ground total. You should not have ground total. You should not have ground total because ground total is not useful there. So there's a way you can remove that. There's a way you can remove that. So you can remove that. So when you come to pivot table analyze, when you come to pivot table analyze, is it pivot table analyze? No. Sorry. Okay, yeah, you have it in the design tab. You have it in the design tab. So sorry about that. You have it in the design tab. You have it in the design tab. So you will see grand total. You will see grand total here. You will see grand total here. So this is the grand total here. So when you click the drop down, so you will see up for rows and column, on for rows and columns, on for rows, on for columns only. So you see the option there. So, but I want to off it for both rows and column. There are sometimes that you have the ground total in your rows, which we have it there. You also have it in your column. So depending on what you want to off. So, but I want to have it for both rows and columns. I don't want to say it in my report. So when I click on off it for rows and column, if you come down, you see you can find it under this. So you can do this for the same thing for this. So design, grand total, off for it, this same thing, ground total off for this. So and you off it. So that's another aspect you can use to off that. That's another aspect you can use to off that. So is that clear? Yes, yes in the chat. Yes, yes, yes in the chat. Yes, yes in the chat. Yes, yes in the chat. All right, all right, all right, all right. So the last thing I want us to check before we have our attendance and our quiz today, before we have our attendance and our quiz today, is to look at slicer. So I want to create another chart. I want to create this bottom 5 CT. I want to create another chart, and the shortcut is Alt F1. So I just want to have two charts to explain that for us very quickly. So when I click on, I just want to format this. We know the process already. I button flip chart. I want to change this to bar chart. So my design, change chart type to bar. I want it as bar. Click OK. I don't want the grid lines. So the title here is bottom five cities by revenue. So I have that. I don't need this legend. So I bring in my data labels. So I click on this, it's give me the value. So I don't need this value again. I don't need these values again. So I know I want to change it to make it readable, like seeing the highest coming first. So I sort from smallest to largest. So in the next class, I'll show us the second way. I can't just add give remember now. So for those that want to change color, you can also change the color. So just come to your format. When you come to your format, you see your shape view fill rather. So you may want to change it. You may want to change it. You can change the color, but color is not really the necessary thing. Yeah. So it's just what you are preaching. So all you want to visualize. So I cut this. I go to I just want to show us what do we call it? The slicer something, the slicer option. I just want to show us the slicer option. So I paste my chart. So sorry about that. So let me go that again because I'm clicking on it. I already cut it. Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. So let me cut it again. Come to this sheet, reduce this, and click on this and put this here and put this here. So I have my charts here already. So we'll look at the alignment in the next session. We'll look at the alignment in the next session. So because the next week will be the last session for the Excel class. So we'll take some time there. So I want to introduce my slicer. I want to introduce my slicer. So everybody, I know I'm a bit fast. Yeah, and I'm apologizing for that. So to bring in slicer, I told us we don't use the filter. So come to yeah. So you click on this, you come to your pivot chart analyze, you see insert slicer. Insert slicer. So it's asking you where do you want what do you want to slice on or filter on. So I want to pick based on the product status. You can have as many slices as you want, but let me just use one. I want to filter down to product status. So it will bring it up for me. So I have product status here, which is cancel, disputed, in process, and the likes. So if I click on, okay, I want to see, okay, let me see the based on cancelled product status. I'm not using this just thinking aloud on this. It may not be the same thing you want to slice or you want to filter down your data. It may be anything because the process of analyzing data is a detailed process. So I just want to, okay, let me slice it down to cancelled. I want to filter down. I want to, okay, let me see disputed. So who can tell me what you notice? Who can tell me what you notice? You can tell me what you notice. Clicking on this, is it affecting both charts? Is it affecting both charts? My screen is stuck to one place. Can we confirm? Can we see my screen? Is my screen moving? Yes, yes, yes. Just to confirm that. Is my screen moving? Is my screen moving? Okay, yeah. I think I have enough yes. So those saying no, you may want to check your network. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. So I said I inserted the slicer. So and you can see what you notice when I click on it. Is it affecting both charts? Is it affecting both charts? Is only affecting one chart. Brilliant. It's only affecting one chart. But I want it to affect the both charts, not just one chart, because I want it to affect, okay, whatever chart I have there, let it affect it. So how do you go about that? It's very simple. Just click on the slicer. When you click on the slicer, you will see something we call report connection. You'll see something we call report connection here. Report connection. This report connection. You see something we call report connection here. So when you click on the report connection, click on it. So it will give you all the pivot table, like all the reports you've created in your report sheet. It will bring it up for you. So it's not depending on what you want your chart to affect, but most times you may want it to affect everything. You may want it to affect anything. So if you want to affect some specific report or specific chart, if you can see here that it's telling you pivot table 1, pivot table 4, pivot table 5. That is the name of the pivot table. So let me just show us very quickly. So let me come to this place. If you click on this place now, when you come to pivot table analyze, you will see the name of the pivot table here. You will see the name of this pivot table here. You will see the name of the pivot table here. So this is pivot table 1. For revenue by country is pivot table 1. So if you don't want it to affect pivot table 1, you don't check it. So if you come to this top 5 city here, you will see this is pivot table 4. Do we get that? Do we get that? Yes, 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 yes. Very quickly. Do we get that? Do we get that? All right, all right, all right. So I just want to show us that, so we know whatever. Do you want it to affect a particular chart or not? So I want it to affect everything. So I'll go to my slicer. I'll go to report connection. So I will check all these boxes, all the 3 boxes I have there, and I will click on OK, and I will click on OK. So when I click on anything now on the slicer, it affects both charts. It affects both charts. Can we confirm that from our end? Is it the same thing? If it is the same thing, kindly type yes, 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 yes. If it is affecting the same thing, if it's affecting both charts, kindly type yes, 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 yes in the chat. All right, all right. Thank you for the feedback. So this is where we'll be stopping for today because of how did you get the slicer in getting something different. Okay, let me just do that very quickly. Please, let's do. I know I'm fast, but I'm not really too fast. If we are following me very well, so to get your slicer, just click on any of your charts. Please follow me. I'll just take that as the last thing. Click on any of the charts, and you come to Pivot Chart Analyze tab. Pivot Chart Analyze tab, and you will see Insert Slicer. So you see insert slicer. So I just want to see the product status. So I click on the product status. You can have as many slicer as you want. You can have as many slicer as you want, as many as you want. So I just want the product status, and I click on OK. So it's bring it for me. So you bring it for me. So if you want it to affect both charts, because you only clicked on one chart, so it will be affecting just that one chart. So if you want it to affect both charts, you click on report connection, and you see if it's affecting both all the charts, all the pivot tables or not. So if it is not affecting it, so you check the box, you check the boxes, because this is checked already. So you check all these boxes and you click on OK. So it affects everything. So is that clear now? Is that okay? What's the use of the slicer? The use of the slicer is to drill down into your data. Is to Yes, is in place of the filter. We have 4 buckets. That's the filter, the row, the column, and the values. The row, column, values, and the filter. So filter will not do the real work for you, drilling it down. So you use the slicer to drill down. Okay, let's see I want to see the product status for cancelled. What is the product status of cancelled in the top 5 cities by revenue? So it's this analysis I'm doing may not be right, but I just want us to see how we do it. Probably in the next session I will take us through the right process. So you may want to use product status against, probably when you are visualizing product by revenue. So you just want to see, how many, okay, based on the cancelled, what is the product that we have, that people cancelled their status, and what is the revenue we are losing in that regard. So it's just you drilling down into your data. Seeing, okay, what are the things, because what you just prepared there, this top 5 cities by average revenue, is just the overview of everything. Like this, the top 5 cities. So you want to drill down into your data, and you want to see more about my data. That's why you use the slicer. It's just to make your chart or your presentation interactive, looking through what your data, because there are many things you can check through your data. What you may be seeing may be different from what I am seeing. So you may want to make it interactive when presenting to your supervisor, your managers. They want to see, this product status for the cancelled, how much revenue are we losing? Because when people cancel their product, okay, they made order and they cancelled, you're actually losing revenue in the side of the business. You need to look at, let's see the revenue we are losing. So that's help you to look into your data. That's the slicer. It help you to look through into your data. I hope that is clear. Yes, 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 yes. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear, everybody. Please, very quickly. I hope that is clear. Yes, yes, yes. I want us to have our attendance now. Please, let's type yes, yes, if that is clear. Didn't show in your screen. Okay. I think someone is complaining. I don't know if I'm the only one, but when you click on insert slicer, those options didn't show in my screen. Even the option when you click on report connection, the mouse was moving, but when you were clicking, were not showing. I don't know why that is happening. Okay, Linda, you may want to message me on Discord, so we may want to look at that together tomorrow. So whatever challenge you people have, please let's post on the Discord channel. I should have answered all our question, but I don't want why during the session my laptop went off. I don't have any source of light presently. Okay, so since it's not only one person, so we may look that into the next session. Yeah, in the next session I would have source of light. Just where I am presently today, because today is Sunday, just where I am today. So that's why I don't have source of light now. To make it affect both charts, to make it affect both charts, to make it affect both charts, you go to your report connection. Let me do that again. Report, click on the slicer. You see your slicer tab here. Click on slicer and you see report connection. So when you see report connection, all these boxes may not be checked for you. So you may want to check it, check everything, and you click on OK. So it affects all the slicers. It affects all the charts. Is that clear, AK? Is that clear, AK? Okay, whatever question you have, I'll be willing to answer it in the next session. Don't worry. Pardon me for today. Whatever question you have, I will answer everything in the session. Next week, Saturday, is our last session for Excel. Next week is our last session for Excel. So before the attendance, so I would, if you are not able to click on the do the attendance, I will drop the attendance um in the what do we call it? Discord channel. So I'll just give us grace to fill in the attendance. But I will still do that now. I will still do that now. I'll still do that now. So the last next week Saturday is our last session. So whatever question you have, I'll be the one to handle the session. I would answer all that. So I will answer all that. So we'll also look at another aspect where we would be able just let me just tell us now. All right. Okay, for the recording, so I will see to that if we can get the recording today, but I will not ascertain us that. But latest, we should be able to get it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Latest, we'll get it tomorrow morning. So sorry about that. But I will try as much as possible if it is possible to get it. If it is possible to get it today. I'll try as much as possible. So let's just mark our attendance for today. Just trying to check if the attendance is still on. If the attendance is on, just to check very quickly, please. I want to check. Ah, shit. Okay, let me just share my screen so I can, or I just drop. Let me just drop the link to the attendance there, and let me see if we have access to the attendance. Let me see if we have access to the attendance. So I will just drop the link in the chats. So everybody, let's click on the link. Is it bringing it as link? It is not. Okay, so let me bring it as link for us. It's not bringing it as link here. Okay, so I have this and I copy that. So let's start filling. Okay, someone already dropped the attendance. Busola, thank you, Busola. So let's click on the attendance. So let me know if you have access to it. I just want to check it from my end now. I want to check from, okay, it is not, I think it's showing it's not available. So just a second. I thought I had opened that. Just a second. Let me open that very quickly for us. Let me open that very quickly for us. But Da. Okay, I think my laptop is acting up, but just a second, please. I will open it now. I thought I had opened that.